Hello everyone and welcome back to your piano lesson. If you are here for the first time, I am Gianluca, pianist, composer, piano and composition teacher. If you want to discover interesting facts about me, you can watch the introduction video of the channel. I'm leaving the link below in the description, where you will find also the link for my artistic channel in case you are interested in original music and covers. Going back to the Piano Lessons to Go channel, don't forget to subscribe and to share also with your friends if there is anybody that is interested in piano music. Let me know also about yourself when you started studying, your experience. Now time to go to our lesson. Today it's time for me to explain something that sounds like maybe the biggest revolution that we had to ever face in our practice. I am going to talk about the 6A and obviously play Tramp, Tramp, Tramp on page 41 of the Thompson CSS Piano Course Part 3. Why do I say that is the biggest revolution that you had to ever face since the beginning of this method, of the Thompson's CSS Piano Course method? Because until Holiday Song, the bottom number, that at the very beginning of Thompson Part 1 we said that you have to simply pay attention to the top number and you don't have to worry at all about the bottom one, is finally, after so many lessons, changing. And that's why I decided to, at some point, to skip many of the pieces and to continue with Thompson Part 2, and then obviously I came back now explaining the key signature of B flat major and the piece with the two flats, then the Holiday Song last week. Today the 6/8. The bottom number is finally changed. We have to finally understand one thing. Thompson is explaining this big change in this way, saying the time values are as follow. In this piece, the quaver, the single eighth note is 1 beat. By saying this, what does it mean? That we have exactly how many beats? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 beats, the top number, the numerator, each of them worth 1/8 note, 1 quaver. This is the real, authentic meaning, same as I explained in some of my theory lessons, music theory lessons published on Saturday long time ago. This is the authentic meaning of the two numbers. The top numbers tell you the quantity of the beats, of the counts. The bottom number gives you the identity, tells you the quality, let's say the identity of the beat. In the past, we could even say that we had 3 beats, each of them worth 1/4 note, 1 crotchet. Now we are saying that we have 6 beats, each of them worth 1/8. So the beat is the quaver. Obviously, in case you find a crotchet that in the past was the beat, was the count, 1 and 2 and 3, and here it doesn't work anymore in this way, not at all. Here the crotchet is worth 2 beats. 2 beats in each crotchet, in each quarter note. We have 2 quavers, 2/8 notes, isn't it? And indeed you would consider 2 beats. Luckily in this piece we don't have any crotchet that is obviously has to be considered like 2 beats. We don't have neither the one that is saying that is 4 beats in cases like this, the minim or the half note. We have to face the dotted crotchet that is worth 3 beats, 3 counts. Here we are. You would do 1, 2, 3. We are not subdividing now in this case the beat, the count, because this one, remember, if in the past was the half beat, you see 2 couples that are each of them half, you were supposed to do here 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Here the single quaver is changing completely rule. Is becoming the beat, the count. You would do 1, 2, 3. If you were required to subdivide the beat even here, you were supposed to do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and. But we don't do it, don't worry. We do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And when you will face the dotted minim or dotted half note, it will be 6 beats. And voila, you see that it's taking the whole bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The beats are visible here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I hope it's a little bit more clear what he mean, Thompson at the beginning in the explanation. I understand, I know that is a very big change, a huge change in your mind, especially if you are very young, or even if you are adult. I know that there are many adults that are also following this method, despite their age, they are following this method, and I think that is a very clever decision, because indeed I always give options to my students when they start from scratch, when they are adults. I say, would you maybe prefer to study following this method, the Thompson one, or any a little bit more for adults? And many of them really prefer to study following this method, and I know that many of you are adults following this method, and I know that also for you is a kind of big trauma, this change of bottom number, of the denominator, of the fraction, the mathematical fraction, that obviously in our case has a completely different meaning. Anyways, with this explanation, I hope that is a little bit more clear now to you. I want to spend just a few extra seconds talking about the way we will have to count. Even though we have 6 counts, and we should do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you might even decide to count twice 3 in the same identical bar, doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and so on. I don't know if you noticed one thing. I stress more 1, and I stress slightly less 4. Let's read what Thompson is saying. There are 2 accents to the bar. A strong one on the first beat, and a weaker one on the 4th beat. If some of you that is ready to understand a little bit more complicated things some of you might even watch one of my tutorials, one of my music theory lessons, where I explained the problem of the compound time signature. These ones with the 4 underneath, 4/4, 3/4 or 2/4, are those that in theory we call simple times. These ones are those that we call compound times, or compound time signatures. If you will want, you will definitely understand that the 6/8 is a time signature that derives or comes straight from 2/4. You see that we have 2 stressed beats, the first and the 4th. 2 strong accents, same as we have 2 beats in the 2/4. I stop with this topic, with this explanation, because I want to give you the freedom of watching the tutorial, trying to see if you can understand. Only obviously if you want. You don't need it for now. You will understand in the future by studying well. Okay, but just mentioning in case you want to dive even more and to try to understand the reason of these 2 strong accents, one on the first and one on the 4th, but the strongest one on the first. Let's play now first of all the whole one faster, and then I will play very slow. I hope anyways that it was all clear to you. I will be counting twice 3 at the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And this is Tramp played very fast. Vivace means very fast, yeah, okay? Now, I want to play super slow for you. One, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Stop, stop, stop. Luckily the dynamics are not complicated, there is just one dynamic, forte, you play everything loud. What is tricky, obviously, I don't blame you if you find it very complicated, not only because of the new time signature, but because of the articulations. You have staccato, 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 slurs with the staccato. Try to do your best, obviously try to capture from my performance all has to be captured. At this stage you should be able anyways to manage the slur and the staccato. I invite you to watch the previous tutorials to try to maybe focus on some specific one where I have explained more how to play properly the staccato, the legato, the slur, and how to combine them in the same identical piece. If you have any question, feel free to comment, feel free to ask me extra things. I don't think that there are extra elements that should be mentioned. The only big problem was indeed the time signature today. So, anyways, feel free to let me know how things are going. We have finally reached a very important level, a very interesting level. If it's the first time that you're landing on my channel thanks to this video, don't forget to subscribe and see you in the next one. All the best.